Okay, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about the door panels on my 1986 Ford Bronco. It's the XLT model, so it has power windows, power locks, which is kind of a nice feature. Missing my door handle piece, but we'll get a new one later. I got some scoped out at the junkyard already. So relatively easy to remove these panels. I've already removed the other side and rebuilt it, and I'll show you what that looks like later. But taking these panels off, it's not like the newer models. It's very simple to do. You need a couple of tools. Obviously, Phillips head screwdriver, and you're gonna need plastic pry bars. You can get these at any automotive store, Harbor Freight, anywhere else. They come in sets. There's 2 or 3 different models you can use on these. But plastic pry bars are gonna be very, very important for this because they help you pull up the panels without damaging or scratching anything, which is super important when you're trying to preserve as much as you can without damaging it. Now these panels here, they only have 1 or 2 screws on them, which are relatively easy to get to. They have a lot of these little plastic rivets that hold the panels together. A lot of times you can pry them out with this. They're actually kind of a pain. You can see how some of them like reverse spreaded already, but it's not that big of a deal. You can still reuse them. But what I found is a very cheap, inexpensive tool. It's called a panel remover tool. So what it does is you slide up underneath here and it pops the rivet out without damaging the rivet or without putting extra pressure on the panel itself. This tool has been a lifesaver for me. So let's get started. So on this particular model, there's only 1 screw available, and it's the screw that holds the actual door handle in place, and it provides that support when you're slamming the door. So notice the support is gone now that I removed the screw. So now once that's done, all we have to do is really kind of prop it open. And once we pry it open, we can use our removal tool, and you just get right up underneath there. And it pops out. So you just follow it along the right side until you find all your pop areas, and then the bottom as well, until you find all your rivets or your little retainer clips, and you just pop them out. There we go. Good one down here at the bottom. Good news about using this tool is you don't have to get right on the actual plastic retainer itself. It will go. So once we get that part done, we got the door panel loose. So what you do is you wiggle it up and down until you pop the top off. Once you get the top off, you got your door handle to deal with. So all you gotta do is slide it to the side, and the door handle is gone, so it's free. So once you get this off, you have 2 things you have to deal with. If it's a hand crank motor, you have to take that hand crank off before you do this. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the panel off the door itself. The other thing you have to deal with is your power locks and your power windows. Now, this particular side, the other side did not have this, so I did not have to deal with this. But this side has the power door lock is good to go. We got that going. And they put some sort of a jumper on here. I don't know what that is. They must have been having some power issues, and they put a jumper on it, which means I need to look at some. I need to look at some of my fuses to make sure there's something not wrong. But it looks like they tapped the power door lock into the power for the windows, so we'll have to deal with that. But on this side, the power window module is actually held in with 2 screws. Relatively easy to get out. We'll just take this one out and this one out. The module, switch, everything itself looks like it's intact, so I shouldn't have to do anything with the switch. And we pop that out like this. I'm gonna put my screws back in so I don't lose them and I know where they go. Trick I learned a long time ago. And that is it for removal of the door panel. You'll see what I'm talking about. Right here is the power door locks. It just pops out. You're good to go. And right here is my, oops, if I can get the door to sit right. Here's my power window switch holder. Here's the 2 screws that I had to take up to get those in. So when I resurface this panel, I'm taking this off, and this off, so I'll be able to get to all this panel right here. So the goal is, we're gonna take this panel out here, this carpeting that's really nasty, it's been beat up a lot, and we're gonna replace this carpeting right here with some vinyl, some fake leather looking vinyl. It's actually a very nice looking material and it'll work really well. But we're gonna take all these pieces off and pop this out first before we do that, including the door handle. Sorry, the armrest. So once that's off, the only other thing we have to deal with is this mat pocket down here. Let me adjust the camera a little bit so you can see. Move it down here so you can see the mat pocket. So as you can see, they have the mat pocket. I did talk about in an earlier video how I wanted to retain the mat pocket and keep it, but it's just falling apart. It's just really been beat up bad. The material inside is just coming apart, and I just don't want to keep that around. So easy to remove. There's 4 screws across the top here, and then the bottom is all held in with those same pop locks, so they're relatively easy. And you can see this one here is already broken, so the screw isn't holding anything at all. So I'm actually going to the store today. I took the other one apart already, and I have the template for this wood or cardboard. It's actually a combination of both. I'm not sure what kind of material it is. I'll find out today when I go to the store. But that material right there, I have the template for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a thicker material and replace it all at one time, and then I will have to figure out how to put new holes and stuff into it. But I got a template, so I'll just cut it out and it should be okay. But I'll let you know when I get it done, and we'll kind of go from there. The door looks like it might have been pushed in a little bit, but I think we can pop that out right here. Oh, no, it's just the soft material. All right, and this one, all but one of the tabs have already been busted out. So we'll have to deal with that, but it looks like this one's broken. But like I said, I'm gonna replace this whole panel right here with a new one. I'll probably get the same material thickness, but I'll get 2 layers. So I'll have the same thickness for the top, and then I'll be able to make the holes for these guys. And then I'll glue the edges to a second panel over top of it, and then I'll wrap the whole thing with the vinyl. Should work relatively well, but we'll see how that pans out. And then again, you see how you have these little pop rivets, and this is how the tool works. You just get up underneath it here, and you're able to pop it out without damaging anything, and the rivet's actually in pretty good shape. You can still reuse it. So but that's it for this tool, and that's it for today's video. So if you like my videos on my Ford Bronco, please like my videos, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to keep posting some more videos. This was just a quick video on how to remove the door panels. I did get one of the door panels done already, so as soon as I finish the lower half, I'll go ahead and post these post a video of them side by side so you see the comparison and where we made our changes and stuff. So I'm just going to keep moving on my Bronco.